What's up, nerds?
I'm Buddy.
Kiddo, we're Buddy and Kiddo.
And this is Sammy.
Oh, yeah, not Sammy. And this is Who's More Likely To.
Yep.
A game that many people have played already. And it doesn't matter what year you play it, you're probably still going to be within the trend timeline. This game doesn't really get old. It doesn't seem to anyway. The way this game works is there are questions. We're on a website that has 1,000 plus fresh and exciting most likely to questions. So what we're going to do is we're going to just grab a random number out of somewhere in our heads. And we're going to read that question. So you put up which person you think would be the person who's most likely to. Alright, so we're going to rock, paper, scissors to see who gets to choose the first number.
Okay.
Alright, ready? Okay, I didn't know how you were going to do this. Here we go. I don't know, there was a delay on
I'm
that.
out of my Vulcan mind.
Are you out of your Vulcan mind? Excuse me?
Okay. Yay. Okay. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. With the same one twice.
I
I'm
see.
so predictable. Seeing as
Wait,
though
how
I
many times
played
did you-
paper 3 times.
You're about to say, did you? Yeah, did you play paper 3
I didn't
times?
realize that Who's most likely to annoy someone?
On purpose. Yeah, that's the full thing.
Does it say on purpose? Oh,
Who's most
okay.
likely to annoy someone on purpose? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I'm glad we both
I
agreed on that.
already did that today.
Yeah, you did.
Counted to freaking 111 to try and get his attention
Stepping on toes.
through text messages.
I never saw him. I was asleep. I took like a long nap.
Not even that, the phone stopped sending them.
It stopped at
It was
43.
annoyed itself that it stopped sending them. I went to 111, it stopped at 43.
Either that or you expire my text messages.
Oh, probably.
One of those.
Who's most likely to be a good UN ambassador?
Ooh. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why do you think I'd be a good UN ambassador?
You're good at talking with people.
You're good at talking with people.
I'm
What
not
do you
good at
mean?
talking with people. It's just that I have like random moments of courage. I'm a very shy individual.
But
like-
you, like
At my job, like I barely talk to people. Came and started talking to me, and that's how I started developing relationships with this person and that person.
So we were just talking about the conversation back at
J1,
J1 where you went to go talk to the guy. versus
Random
me
moment
going
of courage.
Oh, random moment of courage. Right. Okay. No, that makes sense. Okay.
Maximum effort.
Yes. All right.
Oh, damn it! She
Like,
farted again. Oh.
I think I have beans, y'all.
Man. Out of here.
Oh, no, I made it worse. I was just gonna breathe out of my mouth.
She's probably gonna hop in my lap again.
Oh yeah, no, she loved being in your lap.
Just throwing that out there.
All right, who's most likely to eat with their bare hands?
1, 2.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm just
1, 2, 3.
We both are apparently. Cause eventually I'll get to a point where I'm just so done with trying to eat with like a fork and a knife that I'll just straight up go for just eating it with my hands.
I just said because I like finger foods.
See, because there was one time back in high school where we had chicken, and the chicken was like really sticky, and I didn't want to like have to go to the bathroom after going to lunch.
What kind of chicken was it? Pork rock?
I don't know what it was. It was like barbecue probably,
Okay.
but like it was really sticky. So what I would do is to make sure that I didn't have to like go wash my hands afterwards, but I would just I'd cut it and then I'd use a fork. It's chicken. You're not really supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But after a while, I got so tired of it. I was just like,
Did they have a bone?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
several
fine.
bones.
Several? Wait, was it like a, what's it called? Like
It was
a,
breast.
was it a French hen or something?
I don't know what it was.
It was a breast, you said?
Yeah, it usually had it didn't have a lot of meat in it, but it had more meat than like any other piece.
Baked or fried?
Baked.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Who's more likely to hate Valentine's Day? 1, 2, 3. Why would you hate it?
Actually, no, I wouldn't. I'm a main person who tries to make Valentine's Day for everyone. Honestly, it's just
Yay,
Yeah.
free love.
That's exactly how I try to make Valentine's Day for everyone. If you feel like it's a singles day, we'll make it a singles day. I will love you for that. Who's most likely to be Instagram famous? 1, 2, 3. I'm the one who keeps up with the Instagram after telling you. I mean, you do put in like the interesting ones where it's like, what was the last game that you played? And that one would be the one that you're like stuck in for the rest of your life. You know, that thing. But me, I'm the one that actually sits up there and like takes pictures of my life and just like, hey guys, look what we did.
Well, my life isn't exactly in a stellar place for me to be taking pictures of.
True, but of course I go to Wisconsin and then all of a sudden my life's beautiful, so you know.
At best, I might put up like a selfie of me that I took one day. It was like.
Really I mean, nice. I did take a picture. Well, it was a selfie. It was. I took a selfie of us after playing Cuphead.
I was just walking one day and I just took a picture of myself. I might upload that.
That's nice. Yeah. Oh, who's most likely to have a crush on an anime character?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Damn. Hey, can we try it again?
Why? We know the answer. The truth is out there.
Is it? Let's try it again.
Are you gonna put my name?
Maybe.
1, 2, 3.
Damn.
All right. Well, in that case,
3 out of 3. No,
in that case, who do you have a crush on?
So many. Like,
just give us some examples.
It's not really just like the character. I mean, like, you know, like what they look like, but the character type. Although I will admit, it's because like whether the minority of like of black characters, especially female ones, I usually like have a bit of a thing about that. And I'm not gonna lie, it's both a good thing and bad thing for me based on representation. Okay.
Representation.
I know. Presentation. I wanted to focus on the presentation.
Presentation.
Yeah. One of the characters is Akeno from High School DxD, because her character, she tries to come off like a confident, but inside she actually has things that she's trying to get over.
She has a heart.
Exactly. But she actually loves the boy that her friend was in love with first. I want to say you're not missing much, but I'm just gonna.
It's not entirely my fault.
Like she wasn't just jealous of her friend and fell in love with him. No, she fell in love with him for her own reasons. I mean, because like she saw something in him that made her feel more complete when he was around. Because he gave her like courage and all that other stuff, you know, and he let her be her true self, not just the kind that she put out for everyone else to see. Stuff like that, you know. Like I admire stuff like that in a lot of characters.
Most likely to lie to get out of trouble.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
I specifically didn't put up one because I don't know if you would, but I know that I've gotten to a point where I'm just like, I want to tell the truth all the time, no matter what.
It depends on what kind of trouble I might be in, where I might lie. Like if I'm getting somewhere with like a friend, not you. Like, you know, I might lie and say like there was traffic, and they'll know I'm lying. It's like a joke thing between us. But if it's like a serious thing, or more of a serious thing like work, like if I'm like late getting there, but I lie and say that it was traffic then or something like that, it might actually be because I was like helping a friend like go through something. Like my friends, like one of them has asthma, another one has vascular syncope, so she needs to make sure she gets her water. I remind her of that. Like I take the time out of my time to do that every now and again. Sometimes what's it called? It doesn't pay the bills, but it, I don't know, nourishes the soul, I guess you could say. So I guess it's good for me. It's not good for my paycheck, but it's good for me.
Me, I won't, as I said, I won't lie. Well, I'll give you a lie of omission maybe, where I won't say anything.
That works.
Because how I feel is, you know, sometimes when there's certain things that people don't want you to say about them, you know, it's their story to tell, so you don't say anything.
I get that.
Don't say anything.
I respect that.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're going to come back to you and say, why didn't you say anything? Most likely to become a millionaire. Okay. Okay, try to make sure I have these set up right so they're not upside down. Okay, count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, we both agree.
I just don't handle my money well. Like, if I had $1 million, I would even give half to charity and then blow that other half on stuff that I want. So.
Well, I would give my money to charity too. I'm just really frugal.
Like,
so
I think about it a lot. Like, I want to be like, you know, like a millionaire, and I want to have like a company and people that depend on me, and people that I depend on, and all that stuff. But I don't think that I could like actually have the money. If I had the money would be gone the next day.
Like, I'm the type of person who will sit up there and like I'll have money, and I have the money for a reason. Like I saved up my money for a reason, and then I'll sit up there and ask myself, do I really want this? Like I saved up all my money just to do this, and then I'll sit there and be like,
do I really want to do
like
this?
I can get something else. Do I want to get this?
Indecisiveness.
And then all of a sudden, I just sit up there and I'm just like,
it definitely runs in the family.
I'm just done. It's just over.
Most likely to act as a superhero in a Marvel movie. Oh,
What did you like? What's
the Marvel movie one. That's pretty cool. Look at that. I'm making so much right now. That's a good question. Okay, I can count on three. 1, 2, 3.
Alright, we gotta answer. The answer is Kiddo. Oh.
Wait, this is the wrong one.
Yeah,
why did you write Kiddo on both sides?
Double Kiddo. No, the reason I wrote Kiddo on this side was because I screwed it up. See, you barely see it, but I screwed it up so bad that I decided I need to write it on the other side and try again.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I mean, I think you would actually be really good in a Marvel movie.
Me or you?
You.
Really, me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm mad about Bradley Cooper being like such an awesome rocket raccoon.
He's a rocket.
And like, they threw in what's his name? Was it the duck guy? I forgot his name. Oswald the duck or something. I don't know his name. Jordan. Howard the duck, right? Like, you know, but they only threw him in like Guardians of the Galaxy as like an extra in both films. Like, apparently he's a pretty badass talking animal character too, but he's from like a dimension where like everybody's ducks. Like how there's that other dimension where everybody's pig with Spider Pig.
I mean, but in the movie Howard the Duck, he was in a very human world.
Yeah,
he was the only duck.
Yeah, in this world, the only talking duck.
The only talking duck.
Yeah,
not the only duck.
Only talking humanoid duck. Yeah. And of course, he couldn't fly. He's a duck. His wings are his fingers, like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, you know.
Duck wings.
Let's get dangerous. I would like let me like a talking animal character like that, or of course like a badass character like Black Panther or War Machine, Iron Man, Thor, etc. Black Widow. I mean, I would love to be awesome like Black Widow. She kicks so much ass.
The funny thing is, it says most likely to act as a superhero in a Marvel movie, but the first thing that I thought was either an animated character or an extra.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, especially her. Not saying that you won't be good. I think she would be like an extra that they would eventually like focus on and give her like her own movie if that was the case.
I'd be the guy who was playing Galaga that Tony found.
Galaga.
That's why I would be Galaga.
Wait, is it Galaga or Galaga?
Galaga.
I don't know. It's an old game.
Galaga.
Like
it's Galaga.
If you watch those movies enough, between Tony Stark and Peter Quill, it's just a bunch of 80s references.
He's like, he's playing Galaga. No one thought we would notice.
But we did.
But we did.
And then he just went back to start playing after they all left the room. I guess he didn't have any reports to file or something. Hydra wasn't attacking.
He's just alright for now. Most likely to be
convicted of arson.
To be convicted of arson.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I'm on fire!
I don't like fire.
I don't either.
I don't like fire.
Like, I like fire in thought, not in action. No, it's dangerous to everybody.
Well, I don't like the heat of fire. I don't like being burnt. I don't like it just feels painful.
I barely like humidity. Like in my job, I'm very active, so I literally come home every night with like a damp shirt. So.
Well, listen, when I'm sweating, I feel like I'm doing something. So I understand that.
I know, but I'm saying like, you know, I feel like if someone lit a match right next to me, I can go up in the heartbeat. Like it's not like I'm eating so unhealthy that my skin is basically just secreting like flammable oil or something like that.
I'm sitting up here trying to light a candle and my hand's shaking. Like nah. That's not how I'm doing.
I'm saying like if I was next to a fire, those would be like my two options. I would either be able, I would either go up in flames myself standing next to the fire, or I would be able to take off my shirt and beat the flames out because it's so covered in sweat.
Who's most likely to become a supervillain? Count 3. 1, 2, 3.
I'm glad we both agree on that.
I love how we were like, yeah, you'd be a good superhero in a Marvel movie, and then all of a sudden, who's the supervillain be?
It's like the whole like Superman thing. Like if he actually fell from grace, or if it was like the alternate world Superman from like the I forgot which comic it was, but from Justice League Unlimited from that old show back on Cartoon Network from way back in the 2000s. Like there was like the Justice
To
Lords.
solve Superman enough.
hmm or like I said, or the Injustice games where Joker messed with his mind and he had him accidentally like kill Lois Lane.
Oh, right, that, yeah.
But yeah, as a supervillain, like that, the like the would just fall from grace. Like I said, like that's
'Cause
definitely.
I just
That's
like,
not saying you're like a complete paragon.
yeah,
of,
no, I
of
got
light
you.
and all that stuff. Like okay, you're a good cookie, but you're not like you're not all that.
Angels and
Okay,
but no, I like the
you don't
like
swipe left on greatness.
I like I like playing with the idea of like the evil character. It was always something that was very fun to do because it was like I'm supposed to look cute and I try to genuinely be a good person. So like sitting up there and trying to show like a cute girl
Until it's
trying to
time
be
to release.
evil. It's hard to do. It's a challenge. That's why I do it.
Until it's time to release the hounds. Yeah, like that.
Like that.
Yeah.
All right, next number.
I can't go over that.
That's just the evil witch laugh.
Most likely to blame something on someone else. So basically lying.
Again.
But this time it's one to like actually like put the like I said, put the blame on somebody else, to cast doubt on somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, no, this isn't lying. Blame is just when you like essentially like throw all your like anxiety on somebody else because of something that you did wrong. Basically.
It didn't have to be something that you did.
No, not necessarily, or something that happened. Something
Yeah.
just happened. Based playing maybe off something somebody said with their advice. Okay.
3. 1, 2. Ready?
Yeah.
3.
Wow.
Interesting.
We don't like ourselves, do we?
No. But the reason I chose me is like I've realized that even though I'm an honest person, I'm honest
Most
like
of the time. 99%.
well no, I'm actually really honest. It's just the issue is I will blame someone. Like I will point the other person out. I will not take any credit if something went wrong and it wasn't my fault. Like I would just straight up say it was someone else's fault. However, I have recently changed that. So, I'm not that bad of a person.
The reason why I said me is because like I have like this, like I know most of the things that happen in my life are literally because of my choices, but also like but I also have to like recognize that it's not always literally just me. Sometimes other people do things just because they do it. It has nothing to do with whatever I say or do as well. And because of that, I'm tempted to blame. Like like whenever like okay, say like I'm at work. And even though like we're all supposed to be super careful, someone like drops something on my toe, something like that. Like and I'm over here like, yeah, like I'm like the thing is we're told to be careful and like watch out for falling objects and stuff at my job. So it's technically on me to move out the way in time. But it's just the fact that the other person wasn't careful and placing it down to the point where it would like fall off like a shelf or something like that and hit me, I said like a situation like that, it's literally like almost both of our faults. But it's mostly the fault of the person who ended up dropping the damn thing in the first place. So, like I'm desperate almost to blame them, but usually I'll just wave it off like, oh no, I'm just okay, I'm fine.
Like same thing, but for me, like what I've learned to do is just accept that everyone was to blame at some point.
Thus, no one is to blame.
And thus, no one is to blame.
Mm-hmm.
But in that case, it's everyone's to blame, so everyone has something to learn from this.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point.
Ooh, this is a good one. Most likely to procrastinate.
Count 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, because we procrastinated on this itself, so.
Yeah. Like this in the editing, like this is like an hour long, but just like here, like
which is the reason I put my name up.
It's probably gonna be like 20 minutes, like like by the time I like get the editing done, just throwing it out there.
Like if I didn't procrastinate, I feel like We could have did so much more, but we didn't.
And it's actually not hurt us more. I mean, we actually gotta get some other stuff done, like get adapters, paint walls. I have to get another computer.
We have a couple of things that we need to do. Honestly, we're a little held back, but we're not too held back.
Mm-hmm.
There's things that we can do until we get to those points.
Yeah,
we're trying.
Yeah, we have a list. We're still like, unlike a lot of other people who probably doesn't have what it takes. I guess not saying we don't. Like who just get that lucky break like really quickly. We're still budding YouTubers. Like we're still working.
Budding. We're still coming out of the ground. We're still a seed that just has that one little tiny leaf on it.
It's still a budding.
It's bud?
Yes.
I thought it was bud. I thought it was budding.
Sprout,
if it is a bud,
I guess.
It's sprout. Yeah, sprout.
Yeah, we're sprouting YouTubers. Hopefully by this time next year or so, like that, we'll at least have like 1,000 viewers. But so far, like
I'll look for 100.
I said, hopefully this time around next year we'll have at least 1,000 viewers.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm so realistic on these things. I'm for 100. Well, thank you guys so much for watching.
Please don't forget to like,
comment, or subscribe, and share. And do all those lovely nerdy things that you guys like to do.
We do all the lovely nerdy things that we guys like to do.
And until next time, nerds out. That was weird.
Yes, it was.
Just had to double check.
Look, that music effect that I did like without looking.
So did I. Like I sat up there, and the first thing I was gonna, like, my brain thought that this was the first thing to do, but I still did this anyway.
Stop
like,
the video.
Okay, yeah, go for it.